Good morning. So today's hike is a hike to the Sonyea National Forest in New York. It's very very slim that you find very many places to camp that are free camping or wild camping in New York State, but this forest has a few camping spots, a couple of pull-offs. This is the forest road that you go down. It starts out not too bad of a washboard road, but then the further you get down into the forest, there's quite a few giant holes and stuff like that, so you need to kind of go around them, go really slow, but it's definitely doable. It was just beautiful. I mean, the forest, all the trees, everything's in full leaf, and it's just a beautiful hike. So I noticed a few pull-offs where I suppose if you had your RV or a camper or something, you could pull off. But the sites that are down by the water, by the Keshequa Creek, that, man, if you backpack in with some tents, perfect. Like, what a perfect place to set up your tent right next to the water, fall asleep next to the sound of the water and the big high rock walls. It's just gorgeous. So here you can start to see all the ruts that we had to get through. But just a perfect day. So this actual trailhead is called Keshequa Creek Falls. And the water, there were some deep holes where I suppose you could fish or swim. But most of it was probably ankle deep, and you could hike up the creek if you wanted to rather than on the trail. But the trail was pretty nice, wide in some areas where you could walk two abreast, and other areas where, single file, you had to kind of climb over down trees or under them. Yeah, and I was surprised there were probably, like, you'll see there's a few cars here. Probably local people that know the area. So yeah, this was a beautiful hike. I hope you enjoy it. Here's the start of the trailhead, right at the beginning, and you can see it's just a beautiful day. I mean, the sun's coming through the trees canopy, and it's a nice flat trail, easy to walk on in these parts. We're up at the top part of the, I guess it's probably was a gorge at one time, but the trail kind of goes downward, so we didn't notice how much of a decline it was on the way down, except for the one spot until when we were coming back. And yeah, see here where you kind of got to take your time going down this little hill. But yeah, on the way back up, it was kind of like, when is it going to level out? Because yeah, I was really feeling it on the way back up, but just beautiful. I mean, look at that. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. And it was maybe about 70 degrees, so it wasn't too hot. It was perfect. Nice breeze blowing. And then as you're walking along the trail, there's quite a few spots where there's like you can kind of walk out to the edge and view the creek. You'll see coming up here, we get to pull off. The dogs actually had a wonderful time. They really enjoyed hiking through here and didn't come across any other dogs, other hikers that were looking for a hiking spot or a place to set up a camp. Here's one lookout. Beautiful. This is going in the other direction. Now this spot, this was as we were walking along, and we looked off to the left. I could hear water trickling down, and it was like a little runoff waterfall area where water was trickling down. So took a little side trip off the main trail to kind of check this out. And I thought this would be like a really cool place to set up a tent too, since I don't know, it was really pretty over here with all the shale rock and the sound of the water trickling down the side of the hill, mountain, whatever. But yeah, it was just like a little pool of water trickling down. I took some photos here. It's pretty. Loved it. Look at that. There's a lot of places like this down in this area. You know, you have Letchworth, you have Stony Brook, and one place that I go camping at Sugar Creek Glen that has a lot of this kind of waterfall stuff. So yeah, really pretty area. Here we're walking along the creek. You can quite a drop off right here, and being a national forest, you don't have to worry about, like at a place like Stony Brook, they've got, can't walk here, rails. Dogs were pretty good though. They didn't fall off the cliff at all. Siri's pretty sure-footed, so, but yeah, you can see a pretty big drop off there. And the trail's like right on that edge. Lots of dame's rockets growing. Saw quite a bit of poison ivy too, but it was enough off the trail that didn't have to worry about it. Here's another little side trail that goes down to the water. So there's plenty of spots as you're walking on the trail if you want to get down to the water and, get your feet wet if you have on water shoes, and let Siri and Max get down to the water, get a drink, walk around, cool off. Yeah, you could walk up this creek rather than the trail, but yeah, it would probably be a lot more slow going since Some of the rocks, you know, they've got like that coating of moss and stuff on them, so it could be a little slippery. You could see here I'm taking my time walking out there because the rocks are a little slippery in spots, but yeah, it felt great. There's my little two shadows right behind me, enjoying themselves. And since it was so cool out, really wasn't too buggy. A couple of mosquitoes here and there, but not too bad. Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, this hike probably took us, I don't know, a couple hours. But if you were walking up the creek, it would probably take a lot longer. There's plenty of places you could get out and walk on the trail if you wanted to. There's some mushrooms growing on a tree. Here we are back on the trail again, hiking along the trail. This is where it gets a little bit more single file. Look at that blue sky. Just a gorgeous day. Perfect day for a hike. Epic day. I had to leave little Lainey at home because, yeah, this was too much of a hike for her. She would have never been able to walk this far. And she would have been really, really slow. Probably would have taken us twice as long. Here we're coming up to another spot where you can look out and you can see this, how there are these big, like, huge rock walls on either side of the creek. Yeah, and this is, I think this is where we found a walkout where there's a tent right there. And then another spot where we walked out and there was this waterfall here and kind of a deep pool. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There was a little campsite right here by this one that somebody already had. Another picture taking spot. And the water was pretty deep at the bottom of that, like, little waterfall area. Epic day. Yeah, I really enjoyed this hike. So I hope you guys enjoyed this hike with me as well. It's something a little bit different from my local spots that are within, half an hour of my house. This I had to drive about an hour to get to, but it was just so enjoyable. Definitely want to come back here again. Maybe take a tent and spend the night. If you can get one of these spots, I think I saw 5 spots where you could camp that were designated camping areas, but I mean, it's a forest. I'm sure you could camp pretty much anywhere you find a spot. Yeah, and down here, this this is where I was just amazed at the color of the rocks. They say that when you see the red colors in the rocks, that's iron, I guess, in the rock. I don't know, but it was really pretty. And looking at the various colors and the lines and the surface of the rocks, it was just so pretty. I really enjoyed it. This was pretty much at the end of the trail, and then we turned back and headed back. So really hope you guys enjoyed this hike, and I know my dogs did, and I certainly did. And I'll catch you on the next one. So have a good holiday weekend, and catch you on the next hike that I take. See ya. Siri and Max say thanks for coming on the hike, and catch you later.